Hey guys, so yes, put down your anxiety pills for a moment, and which are justified, but uh, I'm going to state a few things that may help. Now, none of this is financial advice. Do your research. It's none of it's health advice. None of it's all entertainment. Do your research. Start using the brain again. Yeah. You got to laugh, guys. If you don't laugh, what do? You keep taking your anxiety pills or laugh? I prefer to laugh. Now, silver. Now, if you're not following this guy, I'll give him a tick. Um, I suggest you do. Now, it's his channel is. I'll put a link to this. John AG, Asian guy, John Asian guy. Okay. Now he's about the only, well, as far as I know, the only person out there that seems to know what's going on. And what he's saying regarding silver, and in this video I'll be talking about silver. I'll be talking about reason why Trump may not be, everybody's panicking and taking more anxiety pills, etc., which is justified. I'm not here because me too. I've been jumping up and down saying where's all the rest, etc. But I thought, I've listened to a few things, and apparently one thing is, and sorry about going off on tangent, but that's me. I'll round it all up and get back to this Asian guy as soon as I've said this. Apparently, because silver's good, it's good to have, and etc. Times are hard, so not financial advice. Get some silver. Um, Apparently, from what I know, because silver's been suppressed for hundreds of years, and so apparently people are saying it's going to go up to at least $500 American this year, but not financial advice. Do your own research, guys. Okay. But anyway, back to Trump. People are saying, well, how come no arrests and all? Okay. What I've heard is that he's currently now. Do I trust Trump or anybody at this stage 100%? Absolutely not. Um, I'm not a Trump sycophant. I don't lick his boots or run after him like a lot of the MAGA crowd do. I think a lot of the MAGA, Make America Great Again crowd is just as programmed and dangerous as the Liberals. Okay, so that's my point of view. And don't go putting silly comments in the about Trump's great and blah blah blah, because I've been there, done that. I've been on YouTube for seems like thousands of years, and trolls are trolls, and uh, I couldn't care less about the trolls. Now, which is good, as you get older and you've seen a bit of life, you sort of don't give a fuck about trolls and people's comments, especially people that have done no research whatsoever. And a person can have an opinion, that's great, but when they go up against you and their opinion is based on just fresh air coming out of their ass, and I've hit people up on this. I question them. I say, "Oh, where do you get that opinion from?" A lot of them just say, "Oh, they have a stutter or they don't know." So that's them gone. Then I have to wonder what sort of consciousness that is when you're against something just because you're against it. I've been through all that for the last 10 years, especially. I've been a what they call a keyboard warrior for the last 10 years at least. I was amongst the OGs, the keyboard warriors, as they say, that start broadening out the information about Q and Trump and military intelligence. And this whole thing is a plan to take down the deep state, which I definitely think it is at this stage. Um, now, like I said, also, if you want normal videos where everything runs in a perfect little line and, like paying your mortgage every week and going off to your 9 to 5 job, that's not my channel. Move on. Now, where were we? Okay, Trump. So, Trump, two things. I've heard that he's got to sort of take down the baddies. There's three. Uh, Probably people even in America, a lot of people don't even know this. There's three branches of the American um, system. There's the administrative, legislative, and judicial. Okay, so apparently he's on to the legislative at the moment. So what they're saying is that it's a waste of time making arrests and all that if the powers that be will just change the law. So they bring all these, they arrest all these pedos and then the baby killers, etc. And but then they changed the law to let them all go. What a waste of time! And I asked AI, okay, so you start making arrests. Where's the court going to be that most of these court cases will be? And AI said New York. Now, guys, uh, if you know anything about anything, New York is not the most red state there is. So I would say you'd have to make sure the judges there are all legit and above board. Okay, so there's the reasons, couple of reasons why Trump is not making arrests. Now, does that make it okay? Am I sure about that? No. I'm as pissed off and as angry as anybody. Okay? Um, but that's why I'm making this video. Instead of jumping up and down and, yeah, doing information, working in an echo chamber like X. X is great. Don't get me wrong, X is awesome. We can't do without X, okay? But I feel like it's echo chamber sometimes. This is why I come out on YouTube and I just rant basically. So don't take anything personally or whatever. You can get on YouTube and have your rant too. But I've been doing this stuff for 10 years as just on this truth stuff. Q and etc. And most of us that were doing that, we know about trolls, we know about get people getting paid to give you shit. We know about YouTube. I got booted off YouTube at 5 channels. YouTube deleted 5 of my channels because I was talking about truth stuff. We're talking about the Pizzagate, which is to do with the kids, and sort of kicked it all off in certain ways to do with all this Epstein stuff and blah blah blah. The Wiener laptop and etc. So some of us were started talking about this 10 years ago. So yeah, trolls can. The little newbie trolls that have just been just in the embryo stage, they can do what they can there, and I don't give a shit. Now, back to Asian guy here. Now, obviously, it's an AI, okay? Why, 10 points, we found that out. Uh, yeah, but whether this is AI or not, I think half the reason he does this is to remain anonymous, which is he's doing good information. So, yep, remain anonymous, I would say, in this day and age. But anyway, guys, one thing that I'm going to talk about is, and I've only heard this guy say is, and I think it's totally true. He says that Mexico taking out the boss of the cartel was more to do with, or part of it was to do with Mexico's one of the biggest silver producers in the world. So what happened was, I think pretty sure some people from America went in while all that bullshit was happening, and the cartel, they probably killed the cartel boss, of course. then they went to the gold mine and not gold mines, silver mines, and um, started bringing the silver out because America needs, just like Venezuela is all about the oil, going and get the oil. Apparently, Asian guy here is saying that when the cartel boss in Mexico got hit, they went in and starting to bring the silver out of these mines and bring it back to US. Okay, so I'll just play this bit and hopefully you can hear it.
Today, Mexico, because this is the supply shock that no one is covering properly, and it may be the most consequential new development for silver prices in 2026. Mexico is the world's largest silver-producing nation, accounting for approximately 6,300 metric tons per year, roughly 23% of global mine supply. The major silver-producing states are Zacatecas, Jalisco, Sonora, and Sinaloa. These are also, not coincidentally, the primary operating territories of Mexico's most powerful drug cartels, the Sinaloa Cartel, CJNG, and the Zetas. On February 22, 2026, U.S. forces working with Mexican military killed CJNG leader Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, known as El Mencho, in a joint operation in Jalisco. The response was immediate and violent. Within 48 hours of the killing, retaliatory cartel violence erupted across approximately 20 Mexican states. Highways were blocked. Convoys were attacked. In January, 10 employees of Isla Silver were abducted from their Panuco silver project in Sinaloa. 5 were confirmed dead. The company's stock dropped 50%. Reports from silver market analysts suggest that transportation of refined silver from Mexican mines to export facilities has been effectively halted for several days, with no clear timeline for resumption. Recapio compiled reports from precious metals traders describing CME warehouses as not being replenished with Mexican silver, with one analyst stating directly that cartel disruption is actively preventing the inventory restoration that would normally follow a delivery surge. This is not a marginal supply disruption. If Mexican silver exports are meaningfully constrained for weeks or months, the COMEX inventory drainage will accelerate rather than stabilize. The miners are not stopping production. Underground operations continue, but refined silver that cannot be transported cannot reach vaults. The gap between what is being mined and what is reaching COMEX is going to widen. China compounds the supply picture on the export side. Since January 1st, 2026, Chinese authorities require special government license.
So anyway, guys, there's that which probably no one knew about as far as Mexico, not many people, I would say. Now, the price of silver at the moment, and this is New Zealand price, $155. I don't know how much that is, and let's have a look. US, where the hell is US here? There we go. 93, guys. Now, not financial advice, but, if you've got a few spare bucks, I would definitely get in there. Not financial advice, obviously. Now, the other thing is, what was I going to say, guys? XRP. Now, I saw a video that said that apparently Gary Gensler, sort of ran into Brad Garlinghouse one day and said sorry to Brad Garlinghouse, and he told Brad Garlinghouse that he was wrong. Okay, so there's that. Now, once again, guys, people were always asking and always saying, "Gee, I wish I got into Bitcoin when it was 5 cents." Not financial advice. I couldn't care less what you do, but do your research. Don't take a word of what I say as the truth or anything. Who cares? Just do your own research. Okay. Um, is XRP going to go up? Well, like I say, I can't give financial advice, but I think here is an opportunity that is, too good to miss. But the other thing is Bitcoin's in trouble, but and what do you call it? I think Ethereum, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Bitcoin has already been implicated with the Epstein files, and I wouldn't be surprised if the last batch that finally come out, and all the all this unredacted stuff is, redacted, made visible. I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin and Ethereum were, basically baddies. But I don't know about that. Now, if that's the case, and Trump has also said he wants to make American coins in America the, the capital of cryptocurrency capital of the world. Now, if that's the case, both Bitcoin and Ethereum, if say that Satoshi or whatever, and it turns out that Bitcoin wasn't actually created in America, well, the next American coin is XRP. Okay, so there you go. I think that's all the main points. Silver, the Mexico was the cartel. That's what the cartel thing was all about. Biggest silver. Until I heard Asian guy talking about that, I had no idea that was the case. That they were the biggest producer of silver. Um, so it might be good to follow this guy here, John A.G. Now the other thing is, there's lots of copycats. Okay, I've seen about 5 other people that have just copied this channel. But this guy here, I'm pretty sure, is the legit one, as far as I know. But I could be even be wrong about that, okay? But as long as you're getting, you know, I've been sub to this guy for a while, and he was pretty much the only one around, or whatever this AI guy was, the only one around at the time, but now there's 4 or 5 other channels like this. So there you go.